Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe button, tell a friend, tell a friend. You know, here we have another crazy story, another crazy story. You know, things are crazy, things are crazy. They said, you know what, kids will be kids. You know, unfortunately, it's one of those things where, you know what, when you have, you know, children at a young age or old age, you have no idea. Sometimes you have no idea how that child's gonna, turn out to be. You know, sometimes, things is just very unfortunate. For example, here you have Folio's mother in an interview talking about how her son was. But when she was talking, and the thing she was talking about, I thought I was kind of interested. I was thinking to myself, wow, I wonder why she didn't try to, like, for example, move him to a different location. I wonder why. But hear what she was saying. Hear what she was saying.
I reach out and that's it.
When did you know that it was real? I mean, we know getting shot on a school bus is crazy, but like,
Think about that. Think about that. They said Foolio was shot once time on a school bus. Think about that. Think about it, on a school bus. I believe he was like 14 years old, 14 years old. You would think, then, you know what? I mean, things happen. Things do happen, I guess. Maybe, you're not necessarily thinking, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and move away right away. Maybe, it could, I understand that. I understand that.
when did you know that like lives, people can end up dead, serious things can happen? What was the first time that you seen that it was really real?
Because it came a point and people was getting killed every day. Even from when he got shot at 14, his friend got.
Think about that. Every day. She said individuals around Foolio was getting killed every day. Think about that. I'm assuming maybe then she said, you know what? Maybe I need to get out of here. Would everything have been different if maybe she moved? I don't know. I'm just saying.
He went to Rain Sweat, he got killed. These kids were getting killed like every other month. As kids, every other month.
Every other month. She said his friends was getting killed like every other month. Think about that. I wonder why she didn't decide then, you know what? It's time for me to go. It's time for me to move.
And then just as like recently as 5 years, of course I knew it got real when they started getting killed or whatever. And then when.
Think about that. Unbelievable.
Excuse me, I got shot in 2018.
I would think maybe then. Foolio's mother says she was shot in 2018. And this was after all his friends getting shot every month, every day, she's saying. I wonder why she didn't move out of town then. You would think my son was shot, I was shot 8 times. Maybe it's time for me to get out of here. Maybe it's time for me to get out of here now. But no.
I always knew that it was real because the violence was very horrible. It was bad. It was very bad.
Very, very bad violence. Why didn't she move then? I mean, maybe she'll tell you.
Did you ever have sit downs with Folio? The record When I See You, and it was a song where he listed, let me see.
Foolio sung nothing but disrespectful songs. He was singing about his life. He was living a disrespectful life.
List of dead ops, where he's just naming everybody who passed away. Are you?
Hey, Gary Jones from Seattle, how you doing? Foolio crazy lifestyle.
Are you begging him not to put these out? Are you telling him to delete these videos?
I used to talk to him or whatever. And I'm like, oh, Trump, why would you do that? What?
So that's the point of the video. Are you able to control a person? Or is an individual just going to do what they want to do whenever they want to do it because they're living their own lives? They're living their own lives. I don't know. I don't know. But why didn't Charles move away? Why didn't Charles move away? It's crazy. I'm trying to think about why didn't Charles move away. I mean, maybe I heard him one time say, you know what? I love my neighborhood so much. When I'm away from it for like 5 or even 2 or 3 days, I miss it. I miss it. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Why did you do that? He was like, Mom, you see what they said about you? You see they talked about my friends. You see what they said. So it's only a certain amount of stuff that I could do. Or whatever. When I used to tell him, hey, why did
She couldn't control him. I mean, he was 26 years old. He was an adult. It's hard to tell adults what to do. Even though you're trying to guide them in the right direction, sometimes it's hard.
you do that? Oh, you ain't call their mama. You ain't hear the song they put out? So it's always a response or whatever. This person say this, and he gonna say something. But to think about when he say something, it's gonna be.
It's like one of those things. Somebody say, hey, your mother's fat, and you come around, your mother's fat too. I mean, words. Think about that. How powerful words are. Foolio allowed words to take his life. Think about that. Think about that. Words alone.
More disrespectful, as we know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, and then I think with this music and this stuff that it's just so one-sided.
Words. A lot of individuals are getting offended by words. Think about that. Think about that. Those individuals who did that to Foolio, they're behind the bars right now, maybe because of words. Think about that. Words. You will end up behind the bars just because of words that someone else says that you don't like. Think about that. Oh, I don't like how he said that. I don't like how he said that.
Everybody hear what he say, but nobody don't hear what the other side is saying. They saying stuff to, and I don't like none of it or whatever, but they say certain things. I done been listening 10 songs. They done said my name about 10 songs.
Crazy. I mean, should these mothers be doing interviews when their sons pass? I mean, I guess it's a personal choice, but I don't know. Something to think about.
He has never said disrespected their parents and said their parents' name. But these guys don't put me in my name in so many songs. Like, they know me, and these particular people don't.
She was shot 8 times. Why didn't she leave Florida then? I mean, 8 times is probably, you know what? It's time for me to go. Would Foolio still be around right now if his mother moved out of Florida in 2018 when she was shot 8 times? Think about that. 8 times. She survived though. She survived.
Even know me at all. If like, I even seen on the Reddit app, they thought that Miss Sandricus was a baser. They thought that I was an addict. They just thought this stuff right here. They just painted this picture of me.
They basically was wondering if Foolio had any people in his lives who cared about him, because he was doing the most when he was around. He was so disrespectful, you know. And a lot of individuals wondering, wow, does Foolio have any, like, you know, who are his parents? I mean, why they allow him to do what he's doing? I think that's what it was about.
And I let them paint it or whatever all these years or whatever, because I knew it was far from the truth. I knew that most of their mothers, aunties, sisters, girlfriends came and sat in my classroom.
They all know each other. One's friends. Friends no more. For some strange reason, it's common for these individuals who go to war with each other. They used to be friends. They used to be friends. And then they decide to no longer become friends and they become enemies. Think about it. Think about that.
To obtain certifications. And even though the beef was going on, I never turned them down because I'm a businesswoman, or whatever. And I know that they didn't have anything to do with it. But what these parents need to understand is, don't be one-sided because your child was saying this or whatever, and he responding.
I never thought about it. Most of these rappers who singing all these songs, they have parents. I don't think any of their parents is, I mean, maybe one or two, maybe three or four. But I don't believe most of their parents is really, happy what they're talking about. I don't think so.
To this or whatever, even though it's not right, but it's like a tit for tat thing that's going on. But yeah, I talked to him about it.
When will it end? Or is it end right now because Foolio is gone? Is the war in Jacksonville finally over?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
I don't know. But if I was to take a guess, I'll say no. The reason why I'll say no, because there's other individuals doing the same exact thing.
I was just about to ask you that. Go ahead.
This man ain't jumped on y'all people graveyard. Those grave sites were either out of town.
Imagine that. His mother saying that Foolio didn't jump on anybody's grave site that they do. It was a random person. But imagine that. A random person is having their grave stepped all over by Foolio. He was so disrespectful.
Or around in a different area, whatever. He didn't.
So the When I See You video, that's not the 23 guys' gravesite?
No.
So what about the group of kids that he took a picture with and they're all...
He did that, and I told...
So he was doing a lot of things he wasn't supposed to be doing. A lot of unproductive stuff. So I go sometimes. But was it worth it though? 26 years old. You're gone. You're out of here. 26. I mean, unbelievable.
Told him about that as well. But when he jumping on those graves, that's not him. But when he did that, I called him. You gotta understand.
Think about that. Jumping on graves. When did it ever become cool to jump on someone's grave? Think about that.
I'm like that. I was affected by this. And at that point, how old he was? 25, 24, 25 years old.
Grown men making bad decisions. Terrible consequence that comes along with making bad decisions as a grown man. Terrible consequences sometimes.
I'm like, oh Lord. I'd be like, well, what's gonna happen next?
What's going to happen next? Most likely something that's not going to be too good for anybody. And that's exactly what happened. Went out of his way. Why didn't he leave Jacksonville? Why didn't he leave Florida?
Who finna get shot next? It's just not gonna stop.
Think about that. It's a game now. Video game now. It's just not gonna stop. I mean, it's gonna have to stop eventually.
Well, you heard what such and such said. It doesn't matter. It come a time when you stop. And at this time before he got killed, people wasn't hearing from him.
That's crazy. Till next time, hopefully these individuals will start singing better songs, better songs, better songs.
People was at, where's Foolio at? But where he at? He ain't doing this and he was like straight chilling.
But unfortunately, we all know what Foolio is right now. What a terrible thing. F-Service TV. Tell a friend, tell a friend. I see them do it. I see them do it. I'm just giving a, you know, my thoughts. That's it.
Until the thing with King with the fight thing about boxing, and then another rapper hadn't mentioned him in the song. He was chill. He like, well, I've been chilling.
Songs. Lose your life over a song. Lose your life over a word. Till next time.